Guys, I have made it to the top of that ridge, and I don't know what to say, but wow. Wait till you see this. That means you go somewhere else. Let's see if he'll open up anymore. Yep. Closer I get, the more open his mouth gets. That's funny. Definitely want to watch your step when you're out here in these types of places, because they're very hard to see until you're right up on them. I didn't see this one initially until I was probably about 5 feet away from him, and as fast as they can move, that's pretty close. Any of them can bite, and you don't want to get bit by a water moccasin because they are poisonous. So when you're around these areas, watch your step and try to look a little bit in advance of where your path is, because you can crawl up on these in a hurry and you don't want them crawling up on you. That's about as close as I'm going to get. He's probably quicker than I am, so I'm not going to get any closer than that. Beautiful snake though. He's not happy that I'm here, so I'm going to leave him alone now. I've been seeing a little bit of fish activity out here, so I think I might come back and fish this spot sometime. I just walk into this creek and fish it, I believe, because it looks like it would be a major pain to get the kayak down here. I think I'll walk in and maybe fish from the bank out here. This is a really beautiful area. Everything's starting to turn green. Springtime's here. Fairly dense forest area. There's a lot of undergrowth that's hard to see in the video, I'm sure. A lot of briars and things like that. You have to walk just a little off the trail to get to this area, but it's worth it. It's worth the little walk down here. It's a really beautiful area. We're lucky in Arkansas, we have a lot of areas like this. Arkansas is a rural state. There's not a lot of people that live here in general. Even what we call big cities in Arkansas would be small cities in other states. The water's real clear. It's got a greenish tint. There's a lot of critters around. I've seen frogs jump in as I walk by. I saw the snake. I've seen fish activity. So this looks like a good spot to fish to me. If there's that much food here, there's some activity here, I'm sure. I'm not sure what we catch. I'd probably try to fish this initially with live bait just to see what's in the water to get an idea of what to use later. But I think I'll come back and give this spot a try. Here's another pool. This pool is huge. There's a little bluff line. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. There's a little bit of a bluff line right over there. And I can't even see how far back this big pool of water goes before it narrows up here in front of me. You can probably hear the water. It narrows right through here. And I see a ladder across there. I guess people have used that to climb down to the water. Very rocky. I've seen a lot of small fish swimming around here. And I probably spooked them all off right under my feet. But yeah, this looks like it has a lot of potential as a fishing spot. Kind of a cloudy day today, but it makes a real pretty backdrop for all the forest through here. It's just a beautiful spot. I have not seen a lot of litter. I've seen a few things. I'll probably, next time I come, bring a bag and pick up a few things. Not much at all. I've seen a couple of cigarette butts and part of a soda can. Not much litter at all. I don't think a lot of people even know about this place, but it's really pretty. I've walked up a little further and you can see that bluff line a little better there. I bet you there are a lot of fish along that bluff too. Just knowing this area and what this feeds into, the other creek that this one feeds into, I'd say there's probably a lot of green sunfish, a lot of long-eared sunfish, and probably a lot of spotted bass too. Now I'm directly across from that little bluff line, and you can see where the creek has undercut the rock there. Just a really, really pretty area. Very secluded. I might bring my camera with me if I do come fish this area and just show you how it turned out. A lot of times when I go to fish, I go to relax, and filming just honestly kind of takes some of that relaxation out of it, so I don't do it very often. Leave me a comment down below if you think you want to check this area out when I come back to fish it. I might just bring a camera out here with me when I come back to fish this spot. How cool is that? Isn't that beautiful? That's Mother Nature doing its thing. Well, I know this is kind of gross, but if you're like me and you grew up around this stuff, it doesn't really bother you too much. That is horse manure. So apparently people ride these trails on horseback occasionally, because there was definitely one that came through here. Usually in our state, fall's the prettiest time to be out. But spring's got its colors too, and there's a lot of trees budding. I don't know how well it's going to show up on video, but out here against this cloudy backdrop, these dogwoods and redbuds and everything that are blooming right now. It's just absolutely beautiful to look at. And the creek is running down below me. I'm sure you can hear it down there. And I think you can see a little bit of it there. So I'm up pretty high right now. I was just stopping to take a look around. The trees are looking really pretty right now. Springtime colors pop just like fall colors. There's a bluff that I'm standing on. You can see this is part of that where the rock kind of shoots out there on a different area. And right now where I'm at, it's pretty much straight down. Very, very steep incline right there down to the water. But yeah, this is real pretty. There's some bluff line over here that you can see. I believe you'll be able to see some of that. It's just a beautiful area, and it's really clean too. And I think a big part of that is that people don't even realize it's where it is. So hopefully if you see this and want to come out to this area yourself, if you live in Arkansas or visit in the area and you decide you want to come out to this place, please take care of it. Some real pretty wild ferns growing out here. Always like to see those. I don't even know why, I just think they're pretty. There's some more ferns up on top of this ridge up here. Guys, I have made it to the top of that ridge, and I don't know what to say, but wow. Wait till you see this. So I'm standing at the top of a ridge that sits a little lower than the ridge across the way there. And I mean, this place is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's where Cove Creek's cutting through the natural area here. Isn't that amazing? It's just so beautiful. And what I'm standing on is part of this bluff line here. You can see right through there. Down there below us is a really just amazingly beautiful dogwood tree that's in full bloom right now. And I'm a little bit scared of heights, so I'm not going to lean my head out here, but I'm going to stick this camera out over this bluff line that I'm standing on, and I'll just have a look at that when I get home, because it's dropped straight down. And I'm really glad I didn't drop my phone off the side there. That would have been a mess, wouldn't it? But look at that. Isn't that something? All these spring colors right now pop from each other as each tree is coming out in full foliage, and it's just so beautiful right now. And look at that creek. Isn't that something? I remember when I was a kid growing up, a lot of kids at school would say they couldn't wait till they were grown and could move out of Arkansas. And I bet you that's common in a lot of states. But the main reason was because they said there's nothing to do here. I'll just say I beg to differ, because this type of scenery, these types of creeks and rivers, lakes, if you like being outdoors, there's a lot of beautiful states, and I know that, but this is definitely one of them. And I've also heard people say that they like Arkansas, but employment opportunities aren't that great here, which is somewhat true, but you can find good jobs here too, just like anywhere else. A lot of people I've heard say that they want to come back when they retire. I'm just out here living the dream right now, guys. Isn't that something? I don't think I caught it on camera, but in that pool way out there, I saw a big fish break out there just a minute ago, and I don't think I got it on camera. I thought I'd just show a little footage of this trail. It's very narrow. It's well established and defined, but it's very narrow, and it's real easy to get turned around. If you don't go through woods like this much, it's real easy to get turned around. If you walk very far off the trail, you can get yourself lost in a hurry. When I was younger, I've actually done that before with my wife, who was actually my girlfriend at the time. I believe we were still in our teens at that time, and we got off a trail and we got turned around, and next thing you know, we didn't know where we were at, and we didn't find our way back out to a road until nightfall. So if you do walk off the beaten path a little bit, establish some sort of markers to look for when you walk off the trail. Trees all look real similar, so look for something that's pretty easy to pick up on. Something that's a little more unusual that you can pick up on and as a reference point to come back to. Just for example, I'm right here. This is the only tree budding in this area, right around this vicinity. So if I were walking, to say I was walking down that direction, I'd keep that tree at my back and turn around and look for it as I begin to walk back out, because you can get turned around in these places, and that's just something to keep in mind while you're out. But here you can see where the trail forks. This goes back out to the parking lot area. This goes down to where I initially walked to, that got down to the creek. And this area goes up to the bluff line. The bluff line is really close. If you just want to walk out and look at that view, it's really close. And if you want to go down to the creek, it's a lot further. But it's worth a walk, especially if you want to fish it at all or anything like that, get in the water and play around. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. This is something new I'd like to start doing on my channel. I need to start getting a little exercise myself, so I need to get out and do these things more often. I'm out here walking this trail today. It's a 1.5 mile loop, and I've made the whole loop, and I'm starting to head back out towards the car. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope if you come out here and take a look at this place that you will be mindful and pick up trash and don't leave anything in there that you brought with you. Take everything out with you. And I'll talk to you guys later.